Welcome again on Niflheim, again with Flynn playing against BuTeK. And this game was actually played before the previous one, but that can't stop us from viewing and giving Flynn some more tips. So he's playing Cybern again against UVF, and looks like standard build order, 2 pigeons for maxes. And then I will bet he will go. Okay, then just 3 maxes and grabbing one with NG. Still nice. And going for a second air. And so far just NGs at the beginning. Okay, just to remind the important spots on the map, like this mass field, one here, one over here. Another one is just here next to your base, so you can set early NG here, not to run out of mass since you have only 4 maxes at your starting location. So you wanna quickly expand to the top to take these 2, maybe to the right side to secure it, or to the bottom side, and also dropping NGs on the top to secure those 3 maxes and these mass fields. Okay, so he's sending a lot of scouts and 1 hunter, 2 hunters, 1 on each side. Now he saw the McMarine, so the micro will depend, and looks like he actually didn't micro very well since the McMarine won just by running there. So the next Mantis that should be built right now is gonna solve that issue, and again this NG could be on just simple attack move and it would reclaim everything there. And it's gonna get picked by the McMarine. So now there's the Mantis that can defend it, but right now this NG should be running back, because this is exactly where the McMarine will go next. Now it could be reclaimed. He's paying attention. Yep. So successfully defended. And also this can be the time when something can arrive to this NG from the top if there is some McMarine sent through the top. This is the time when it should arrive. And yeah, this hunter needs to move. And I guess it was spotted as well, so if you're gonna attack through the bottom, you should just send it directly, at least over here, since you can see where your NGs are, so your opponent can't be much faster. Okay, so another successful raid, killing an NG, delaying the Hydra, and yeah, now there's the McMarine. It's gonna be defended by Bumper most likely. And for the beginning, quite a lot of power. If you're going for this Hydra and you get it, it's another 100 energy income you get, but as you can see, he built too many pigeons for that, so right now he could have like 3 pigeons less and still have enough energy. And also 1 NG sent here would be nice, so he could afford to build much more factories or go for early T2 max or T2 land. And it's also time to build more units. I think this one factory just for NGs is too much, since he's not going for T2 really. So these NGs would be fine if he wants to rush some upgrade, but right now they're even idles, so we will see what he's planning to do. I guess he's gonna drop some of them. He already dropped one up there. Okay, now scouting, but not the best position for scouting, not the best route, since he didn't really scout a lot. He has no idea what's in his base, how many land factories he has, and now he's using his inties. So maybe BuTeK don't have much air, since there's nothing shooting back. This bomber should not be an attack move, but you should always target manually with the bomber, since it's gonna miss a lot. Maybe it will kill these two NGs. And too many resources right now, since now he's rushing the T2 max with NGs, but I think he should start T2 land right now, and he could even upgrade the max meanwhile and still have enough resources for that. And this will also cause all these NGs that were reclaiming to stop. So we need to pay attention for that and start using the resources early, because then you will have to also all your reclaiming NGs set the orders again. He's dropping NGs all over the place, and the A2 is up here, so with few units he could be pushing right here, and with the radar. He still has air control, he could send the rest of the inties and spam just bombers right now, because there is no need not to spam bombers when you have air. And you don't need to pause the max and assist it. If you have enough resources, just unpause the max and use the NGs on something else, because I think the max is let's see. Okay, I don't have the build power, but I think it's like 4 NGs, 2 maybe. I guess 2 T1 NGs, so no need to assist it. If you have enough resources, use the NGs or something else, and also it's better not to keep your NGs idle. You can assist the T2 factory, but in Zeal's decider he will need slightly more energy. Okay, he's building energy, but I will build energy rather in the back right here, since if there would be some push from the top, this position can be a bit vulnerable. Now quite a lot of units here, so he's gonna have success with raiding this position. Also his transport can be dropping some more NGs to secure this faster, build some defenses there. So far it looks really good for him. Now he has less units, there's quite a major army, but he has the ACU and NGs to build PDs if needed, and also you can get rhinos right now from his T2 factory. And still not really using all the resources, but he has enough build power to do so. So another factory could go on T2 to build more T2 units, and this NG is assisting it next time, and maxes just unpause them. Okay, now he's using the bombers defensively. That will also work. It will help. Right now he's actually in danger of losing all this power if the units just move around. Let's see what BuTeK knows about it. Looks like BuTeK didn't even scout him yet, so he might be a bit cautious with attacking, since he doesn't really know what's there. He has no air, no anti-air, so... But he needs to decide either attack or retreat, because just circling there with tanks and getting yourself killed is not a good solution. Okay, now Flynn is in the back, and if you get in this position, just target the power. Okay, so he's doing it. And dropping Mantis, also nice. He could be securing these mexes and the reclaim, but the NGs are not reclaiming because he had too many resources. But he's still really ahead, so just more T2 factories. If you have enough resources like that, just stop T1 production completely, upgrade all the factories to T2. Since right now he has resources definitely for building T2 units. And don't let your factories idle. And he can be upgrading more and more mexes. If he had this one, this one could go T2. This would be a bit dangerous, but take again this one. And he has quite a... He could build a radar here, or PD factories. Factories with some PDs to secure it, radar. And these units could be defending, helping the bombers. And as a Cybran, if you have air control, you can also go for jesters. They won't miss that much as bombers. Looks like the bombers will do the job. And actually he has now enough energy to afford loose sound, but he didn't. He could do easily some ACU upgrade or go even T2 air right now. I think he could be already winning with the T2 units, but it seems he has some problems with managing his base. Just need to speed it up, pay attention to our factories, not to have them idle. You can see our idle factories here, so if you learn that, you can just click on it and queue up some units always. Also the NGs are here, I assume. So he took some losses, he lost this expansion, but there are no units. It just went, BuTeK just went through there, killed units, so he can always use transport to drop NGs there again. Or right now, since he has T2 units, he can drop T2 units. Well, and that's what he's doing, but I think this is the worst route he could choose, because right now there were no units at the bottom, so there has to be some in the top, and also there are always some units moving this, and now I guess the transport might get spotted. Yeah, so he's flying over the units, so he needs to drop them immediately. If he went through the bottom, he could easily drop to the back of the base, and no one would see that because there's nothing. And the transport got shut down. Okay, so now BuTeK is on upgrade, and if you pay attention to that, it's T2. So just avoid the ACU, and this tank should be able to kill. Well, there's a PD that can stop them, so you would need to go around the PD. since PD with walls will stop any rhino. And still so many resources, but we may start actually losing, because even just few units raiding and there's nothing to stop them, but there was NG to build a factory and PDs and really secure this position. But right now he has nothing there, and the fastest support would be on transport or these units in the back. So he can still build these mechs on top, build even radar here so he can see everything what's going on in BuTeK's base. Okay, so finally the factories are on T2. But he needs to drop NGs there again, capture that expansion. And still he has some reclaim, so he should not be mastering right now. And also he lost these 2 mechs a long time ago and he's still not rebuilding them. If you lose mechs, just send NG immediately to rebuild it. He's getting T2 on the ACU, and with T2 on the ACU you can do some TMLs, for example. I think if you walk over here, from there you should have range for TMLs. Let's see. Let's find some T2NG. Yeah, so from this position you could be TMLing everything. And again some drop that just couldn't success, sending through the top. You can build radars with these NGs and you would see everything what's down here, and it's the safest road for the transport. Also T2 air and T2 transport would be nice right now, and if he just got a couple of Corsairs and sniped all the power, it would be game over. Okay, so now he's pushing with the major force right here, T2 tanks. Yeah, but problems are these PDs, as you can see, they're hitting just the wall. So they will be able to defend quite a lot. But there's also BuTeK's ACU, so he might be in serious trouble since there's 10 T2 tanks, so that's enough to kill the ACU with the target fire, even if you stay away from this PD. Oh, it's gonna be close. That's a shame, these tanks get out of the range. And now the veterans here, so he won't kill him with tanks right now. And 85 they would kill him. Right now, if he had the T2 air already, that he could definitely afford with that amount of power, just few Corsairs would finish him off. Yeah, but right now, since he didn't recapture the bottom, also these NGs at the top were idle for quite a long time. He could have these 2 maxes or long time ago, also this one, and those on the top, and 6 extra maxes are always better than nothing. So T2 radar in the middle, that will give nice intel, but he really needs to start taking back all his maxes, because he pretty much lost every expanding max, and he might even lose these 2, but these 4 rhinos to defend it, I guess. Or no, there's much more units that I haven't seen. So soon he's gonna be back to 4 maxes. And as you can see, BuTeK is not wasting time on taking those mexes back. So he's catching up with economy. And he got quite a lot of reclaim from this attack as well. And all those unsuccessful drops, but looks like he didn't reclaim them. And still a lot of units to attack with. And since he's on T2 as well, he can actually launch some attacks and be successful with them.
Commander under attack.
It's true that Flynn should have won that long time ago, but he didn't do much to actually do so. Well, this attack was almost successful, but that was just bad luck, I would say, but still he could secure the win by taking them up faster. Yeah, and right now he doesn't have enough mass to support all his production, but I don't see a reason why he's not taking these top maxes. And same at the bottom. Also, these 3 engines, instead of reclaiming those tanks, that would be enough to, for 1 NG should be taking back all the maxes. And PDs, especially Cyber PDs, won't change much right here, since he doesn't need to secure this position. Like, he still has these 2 maxes, and 1 over here will not help him that much. He needs to mainly take these expansions. You can see there are 6 maxes, so that's much more than 1 here, and he can just go around BuTeK right now. So PDs over here won't change much, and if BuTeK is also on T2 right now, and with T2 units, he will be able to overrun this position easily. TML would be a much better choice, since BuTeK does not have TMD yet, I would say. No Grey Dot, that would be pretending, that would be protecting these maxes and factories. So that would be a much better choice.
Commander under attack.
And also he missed 1 unit, but now he's finally sending these units from the back to kill these maxes. But he's not sending NGs, and you always need to be sending NGs right after your tanks. And now BuTeK looks like he has a gun, and his whole army and 2 Cyber PDs will not stop him. And this is gonna be over for Flynn, I would say. Just too many units. And BuTeK with gun and T2. Okay, so to sum it up, Flynn definitely had the game. He was better on expanding, but then he didn't take much advantage from it. He forgot to secure all his expansions, he lost them, and then he took a long time to actually try to recapture them. Okay, so that would be everything for this game. See you in another video.